Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Brennan again, BBSM, Cycle 3, Week 5, Deadlift Day, joined by my good friend Anthony Polk, who you can see in the picture on the right next to Mark Loveliner to give you some scale of size. He is a beast. He's 6'6", about 250 pounds, who makes me, at 6'4" and 230, look even more like a little boy than I already am. So he lives in Vegas, but was in Connecticut visiting his girlfriend's family, so I wanted to throw him in these clips because he drove an hour and a half out to train with me. So if you're interested in following along with his progression, I'll link his Instagram in the description box below. You can also see my actual deadlift work. So for me, what I started off with was 3 sets of pulls from the floor for 5 reps each of 515 pounds. So this is a PR for me just because I never thought to do anything above 500 pounds for multiple reps until starting this program with Dan Green. So that was my first working set. You can see Anthony's pull here. Obviously he pulls sumo where I pull conventional, so you get to see a good difference between the two actual styles here, as well as with 2 tall ass people doing it. You see exactly why it might be beneficial one over the other. So that was 495 for 2 pulls for him. I jumped into my second working set, again 515, so I kept the weight static for these sets. But again, the goal was to get 5 reps, and this was a very tough workout for me. Christmas really threw me off. Typically on Wednesdays, I have my front squat day. I then have Thursdays off before going into deadlifts on Friday. Because of Christmas, I couldn't train on Wednesday, so I took Thursday to do my front squats, and then obviously the next day I didn't have any rest in between, went right to deadlift, so definitely feeling it. Here you see Anthony at 515, getting a big pull. I believe this is a PR for him from a standard bar from the floor. He was dealing with a lower back injury in the past and is coming back, and like I said, the dude is an animal for his size. And that brings me on to my last working set of conventional pulls from the floor. You do see my outfit on here, which I have dubbed my Ronald McDonald outfit because there's a lot of red and yellow. I'm rocking the Cube shirt from Brandon Lilly, which I recently got in the mail, and also some really bright yellow shorts, and of course the high black socks, the Chucks, and the JTS hat as well, and a blue belt. So I'm all over the place. Little saying the prayers there after that last working set. So that brings us on to our next working set. We're doing some block pulls here, and it requires a 4 to 6 inch block. So here looking at roughly about 5 inches or so. 530 pounds for 5 reps is what it called for. Now on this program, you'll notice on the deadlift day, it's typically done with conventional, or how you would pull in a competition, and then with some block pulls and then some deficits as well. I find this assistance work has really helped with me, and my grip strength is getting really good in my opinion. Here you see Anthony on his block pulls. He decided to stay the same weight with me, so big props to him. It's always interesting training with someone you haven't trained with before, just because it's tough sometimes jumping around with weights, so it's nice to be able to train with somebody where you don't really have to move the weights too much. Here you see him pull this for a double, which I believe is a PR for him. He's also rocking those Adidas Powerlift Trainer 2s. So my next set, and there's only 2 working sets on these block pulls, this was done at 540 pounds, and again the goal was to get 5 reps, which we got. And that's one of the nice things about this BBSM program. Even though the weights are really heavy, it seems like a lot of volume, it's all within range of what you should be capable of doing. It's just a matter of going out and executing it. So this again was a PR for me, but then again, when you do stuff that you don't normally ever do, everything is a PR, and I believe Mark Bell said something similar along those lines. So here you see Anthony, he jumped up to 540 as well for some block pulls. Good clean rep. I think he got another double here for this, so this is another PR for him, so big ups to him, setting all kinds of PRs before the year ends. So we then moved on to 1 working set of deficit pulls. So this is done at a 4-inch deficit, 455 pounds, and it called for between 6 to 8 reps. And this felt okay for the most part, but if you look at the left side here, those weights, they're working their way towards the end of the bar, and that's because I'm a big idiot and forgot to put a clip on that end. So much so, in fact, that it's basically just barely hanging on. And on my 5th rep, I lose the 25-pound plate, and there you see it goes. And I was like, oh crap, I'm an idiot. I need to get at least 6. Let me throw this on really quick, change the clips out, and just got 1 more pull. So we only got 6 reps here instead of 8, but that's my bad. Next time, we'll make sure we get more. Here you see Anthony. He then moved on to just standard pulls from the floor, doing more of like a big but boring type from Wendler 531, which he spent a lot of time on. He didn't want to do deficits. I don't really blame him, but that's okay. So he got a set in here as well. So after all that deadlift work, we moved on to weighted chins. Just 2 sets here. I went with 80 pounds, and my goal was to get between 6 to 8 reps. So I did 80 pounds for each set and was able to get 6 reps each. So I'm only showing you the very first one. There's not much to see difference between the second one, as it was the exact same weight and the exact same reps. But I tried to either increase the weight or the reps each session as part of this, and that's exactly what I'll continue to do. So then that brings us on to the final exercise of the day, which was bent over dumbbell rows. Again, same kind of theory in place where I either want to increase the weights or the reps or whatever. In this case, it called for 3 sets of 15. I used 90 pounds here for all 3 sets, so it felt really good. After this was the end of the workout. It was a very long day. It was a fun workout, however. I really appreciate Anthony coming out and training with me. It's really cool to train with someone, as I already mentioned. I don't get the opportunity to do that a lot, but props to him for sticking with me, and big props on you for driving an hour and a half out to little old Rhode Island to train with a skinny guy in yellow shorts and a red shirt. So hope everyone had a great holiday. Looking forward to New Year's, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. There's going to be a lot more people coming into your gym, so just pepper your Anguses. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, and as always, stay big.